about to do with that?
As soon as it comes off, you'll see.
Whoa, hey! Whoa, hey!
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
What's up, everybody? Before the start of the video, I want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, Poison. Now, whether you're a seasoned sneakerhead like me or brand new to the shoe culture, one thing that everybody worries about and cares about is authenticity. A question that always arises is, am I buying real sneakers? Or did I just spend an arm and a leg for some fakes? Now, I'm sure you've heard of other sites not legit checking sneakers, and all we want as consumers is peace of mind. I've been swindled a couple of times, and let me tell you, I was sick. Poison is a brand new sneaker site where you can buy sneakers for great prices, and every sneaker goes through an 8-step verification process. So you can rest knowing you got real shoes. As you'll see in this video, I need to be comfortable when I'm not hooping. So you know I had to go to Poison and get some foam runners. I've always wanted a pair of foam runners, but I've never gotten the chance to get one. Thank you to Poison for making sure I got an authentic pair of foam runners. Check out the link in the description box if you want to buy some new kicks from Poison. Thanks again to Poison for sponsoring this video. And without further ado, let's get into the video. We're gonna test, can you play basketball in a boot? Now, if you remember, I hurt my foot and I wasn't lying. Getting a little better, so I thought, can I still play basketball? That's what I'm doing, playing basketball in a boot. Buckets. Let's try that one more time. Alright, it seems like I can play a little bit in my boot, but we can't really know if you can play in them until you play against real competition. You wanna play ball?
You gonna play in a boot and slippers?
It's not gonna take much to beat you, Tony. Oh. That's a little rude.
This guy. It would.
That's disrespectful. Tony, wait. I'm undefeated in the boot.
I know someone that can beat you in a boot.
I'd like to see it. It's gonna be a long day for you. Oh, shit.
As soon as it comes off, you'll see.
Whoa, 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 hey. Whoa, hey, hey, hey.
Oh, you like that? So as you guys know, I injured myself playing in some damn Yeezy slides. But you know ball is life, right? So you know I got a hoop. An injury cannot stop me from playing basketball. I've always wanted to see if I could play basketball in a walking boot ever since I was a little kid. That's always been my biggest dream. And today, we fulfilled that mission. So we're gonna see if I could play in a walking boot. So maybe if you at home gets injured, you can do the irresponsible thing too and risk further injury by playing in your boot. Could I do it? Can you do it? Here's the review. Full disclaimer, I do not condone anyone playing injured in a boot. And if you do get injured playing in a boot, this video is just for comedy's sakes. Do not get mad at me, and all the parents out there, don't get mad at me or blame me for injuring your kids. Starting with the looks and the initial thoughts. So obviously you don't play in 2 walking boots at the same time, or do you? I don't know, I've never seen that. If both feet are injured, maybe just use a wheelchair. Those wheelchair basketball players be hooping though. They just be gliding real smooth like Ginobili. But I've always thought a walking boot looked kind of cool. I never really knew how it worked, but initially it was really hard to put all your weight into the boot and trust it without crutches for a day or two. And it is a lot better than walking around in crutches. Although you get preferential treatment regardless. Not just when people get up for you and give you seats, at a bus stop, at a restaurant, in court when you're getting a divorce. In basketball, they low-key don't really play real D on you. But that's not what I want. I want them to go hard. And if they injure me, they look like an asshole. So it's a win-win for me. I can't lose in this. Initial thoughts rating of the boot, 10 out of 10. It's like a Kobe 9, man. Not as tall as the Kobe 9s, but you know.
Not reading a boot.
Moving on to the size and the comfort. I mean, I think if one size fits all, but you know, I'm not sure. I know you can adjust it, you know, with the pump, you can adjust the sizing and the fitting. So off the bat, 10 out of 10. Moving on to the comfort. When you're injured, the boot helps stabilize your foot. Hence, you have a walking boot when you're injured. It compresses your foot and makes sure you don't tweak it. Like I said earlier, you can even pump up the inside like it's some Reebok pumps. And it's actually really comfy and plushy, especially if you go in there barefoot. You know, it might be stinky, but you can do it. It helps you walk without much pain. Hence the name walking boot. Not running boot. Today, it was a basketball boot. Because you're supposed to wear these for walking, but we wore it for basketball. So it's a basketball boot.
That was bad.
Yeah. Playing ball in it though, trying to run around, it's hard. You can't go full speed. Not only because of the boot is shaped like a square and it's hard to twist and turn in this shoe, but because you're injured too and you don't want to tweak anything by doing the wrong thing. Trying to go side to side like when you're defending someone, forget it. You're gonna fall over. It's also heavy and unbreathable. Shall I do a sniff test? Actually not that bad. You want to sniff?
Not that stinky, surprisingly. It smells like bread.
After a full day wearing this boot, not just playing basketball in it, but just walking around in it, it's dead skin galore up in there and stinky. But as far as comfort goes, because it keeps your foot safe, the rating is an 8 out of 10. Moving on to the traction, and I'm scared to look at the bottom of here because I've worn these in many bathrooms. You know, one thing about dudes, why the hell you guys miss around the urinal so much? It's not that hard to
Give that a sniff.
Smells like Cheerios. Anyways, traction is good, dare I say? I mean, you don't slip. And if you do, it's because it gets caught on the ground. And you can't keep balance and you fall. Now, it is rounded on the bottom like a Kyrie per se, but instead of the sides being rounded, it's rounded going forward. So it'll help you walk, you know, you just go like this. When you are in a walking boot, you do not walk normally. Considering you're not really on your toes moving fast, you go too slow for traction to actually matter. Like if someone goes by you, it's over. Traction rating 5 out of 10. I'm really out here reviewing a walking boot for traction in basketball. Moving on to the materials and the technology of this boot. I mean, I don't really know the materials and the technology. I mean, it's got this plate to help keep you stabilized. It's got the pump to keep you cushioned. I mean, it's really heavy duty, man. Probably the heaviest basketball shoe I've ever tested. And it's a high top, needless to say. Not as high as the Kobe 9, but you know, it's up there. 3 straps. You know how I feel about straps on sneakers. Kind of kinky. So therefore, lockdown is elite in this shoe. So is cushion, so is sizing. It's basically adjustable, not like the Reebok pump, but it's kind of like the Nike Adapt BBs. The materials are just not conducive for basketball except for lockdown. Rating, 3 out of 10. I'm really out here rating a boot. You can tell how passionate I am on reviewing this boot because of the sweat on me. I'm sweating through my shirt right now because I'm talking about the passion that this boot provided me and letting me play basketball while I was injured. Moving Moving on to the support and lockdown. As I said, the best part of the shoe or boot, your foot is locked in there like it's Alcatraz. Between the pump, the straps, and the plate, and it being high top, like I said, not as high as the Kobe 9s, you're not gonna turn your ankle in this. Everything below your kneecap, you should be fine, I hope. Rating 10 out of 10. Best part of the sneaker or boot. What are you doing?
You're filming a review on a walking boot. What are you doing?
Moving on to the price and the value. Now, I looked on Amazon. You can get these around $50 and up. If you're injured, that's definitely worth it to get a boot because it helps you walk. But especially you're a real hooper and you want to play through injury, you got to get this boot. It's a great value and it's worth it if you don't want to your foot up more than it already is. But damn, they only give you one. Could you imagine copping some shoes and they only give you one? That's a bad deal. And if you need to hoop while you're injured, this boot will keep you safe as much as it can. In all seriousness, I don't recommend it because you want your foot to heal properly and completely before exercising in it. Because I don't want to be responsible if you hurt yourself even more playing in these. But overall, if your foot is hurting, get a boot. And if you must play basketball, it's better to wear protection. Overall, listen, ball is life. We want to hoop. And no dumb injury can stop us. Rating is a 10 out of 10. These are so good, I'm purposely hurting my other foot so I can hoop in 2 boots at the same time. Alright guys, that concludes the video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Only if you must, you can hoop in this boot, but I don't recommend it. You want it to heal completely, and I don't want to be responsible for you guys getting injured even more, and I don't want your mom to come at me and write me hateful emails with strongly worded messages saying how I'm a bad influence and stuff like that. I just wanted to see if I could hoop in a boot. Let me know what other shoes you want me to test out, what other kind of things you put on your feet you want me to wear during basketball. Till next time, we out. Peace. Positive note of the day. Even if you are injured and you're discouraged about life and you're feeling depressed, time heals all. Even if you're in a dark place, at the end of the tunnel, there's always light. Unless it's a train track and the light is an oncoming train. So don't go near the light. Probably stay away from it. But then when the train goes by, then go towards the light.
Don't give out advice. If you're giving out advice about this boot, don't listen to him.
Be positive, people. That's what I'm just trying to say.